I bought this several weeks ago, long before toilet paper hoarding became a thing. So, I guess I'm pretty lucky in that regard. So, 2 weeks ago, I posted a video where I just gave my thoughts about the coronavirus or COVID-19. And at the time, I honestly expected that would be my only video that I would do on the coronavirus. Well, that was 2 weeks ago, and there've been a lot of developments in the last 2 weeks that kind of made most of what I said in that video kind of obsolete. I wouldn't dismiss it as like completely irrelevant. I mean, I still agree with a lot of the general thoughts that I expressed in that video. But it's just stuff like the number of cases, the death count. That's gone from I think I said like 9 people in Washington State died at the time, and now that number has risen to like what, 82 or something. And I didn't even talk about social distancing because that wasn't even a thing back then. That was before any of the government authorities imposed any of these restrictions about social distancing. All the restaurants and bars have shut down in the last 2 weeks. Events canceled. That hadn't happened as of my last video, so naturally I didn't talk about that. Well, okay, so this will just be an update to that video, and I'll just give my thoughts about the things that have happened in the last 2 weeks. Alright, first the toilet paper thing. Now, if you were to watch my first video now, in that video I basically was saying, well, people aren't really hoarding toilet paper. It's just that a bunch of people decided just to buy a little extra toilet paper all at the same time, and that's the only reason the stores ran out of toilet paper so fast. And you might be thinking, what are you talking about? I've actually seen people coming out of Costco with a cart full of a mountain of toilet paper. People are going nuts with all the hoarding. Okay, that's true. That has happened since I posted that video. So, just to clarify, yeah, I posted that video like right after the first week of toilet paper shortage. Now, I still maintain that my theory at the time was correct, that it was just people decided at the same time to go buy some extra toilet paper, and then the stores ran out. Okay, so then what happened was people saw that the stores were running out of toilet paper, and then they panicked. And so, naturally, the stores restocked their toilet paper supply, which, any decently intelligent person could have predicted would happen, that there wasn't, the world's not running out of toilet paper. So then, the very next week, what happens? Well, you get a combination of people deciding that stocking up on toilet paper was the smart thing to do without really thinking about it, and other people panicking over the apparent shortage of toilet paper just from what they saw in the store that week. And people legitimately ran out of toilet paper that week, just according to their normal toilet paper buying schedule. But they couldn't buy toilet paper that week because there was no toilet paper in the store. So then, first chance they get, they stock up on toilet paper. And then the cycle just continues. The stores, again, run out of toilet paper, and this time, it's for stupid reasons. So, yeah. Now people are panicking over the lack of toilet paper and other supplies. And, you all know how stupid that is. There's really no need to comment further on that. The people who panic bought toilet paper and other stuff, they know they're not supposed to do that, but they did it anyway. They know they panicked. Experts on the news, people on social media, their friends told them not to do that, and they did it anyway. So, why should I expect them to listen to me? So, anyway, enough on that. Now, the other thing I talked about in that first video was the low death rate of COVID-19. And, people were comparing the death rate of COVID-19 to the flu death rate. And, I was basically just saying, well, that's kind of an unfair comparison, because coronavirus thing is still developing. Well, guess what? I was right. There have been a lot more cases of COVID-19, especially in the US. There have been a lot more deaths in the last 2 weeks. And, guess what? I haven't seen anybody comparing the coronavirus with the flu anymore. So, that's really not even relevant anymore. So the big thing that has become relevant in the last couple of weeks has been this whole social distancing and quarantine and basically the world shutting down. And that's the thing that's impacted me the most personally. And even then, it hasn't really impacted me that much. You've probably seen these introvert jokes that say like, "Oh, I've been preparing for this my whole life." Well, that's kind of how I feel about it, because it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of into the whole social distancing myself. Um, Getting to work from home. My church has been doing live streaming services, and so for me, it's kind of cool being able to just like get out of bed, not get dressed, sit on my couch, and then basically I'm at church already. Don't have to greet anyone. I can just say hi in the comments. Avoid gatherings of more than 50 people. I don't even remember the last time I was at a gathering of more than 50 people. So life for me and my ISTJ Type 9 wife has been fairly normal. The Lost Fan Convention in Hawaii that was supposed to happen this May, that got canceled. It just got announced just the other day that they had to cancel that because of the coronavirus. So I'm actually pretty bummed about that. But yeah, I understand their decision. It's for everyone's safety. But other than that, there hasn't been a whole lot of impact. I understand that's the bigger thing for people with kids. Now they have to homeschool their kids, and most families aren't used to doing that. But other thoughts I have on the coronavirus, well, I'm still not worried about getting it myself, despite the exponentially increasing number of cases, especially in the county I live in. Compared with the general population, it's still like only 0.03% of the population that have actually gotten the COVID-19 disease, or at least have been reported. And as far as deaths, like 2/3 of the people that have actually died from the coronavirus are over the age of 50. And among the people ages 50 and younger who've gotten the coronavirus, like 97% of them have recovered. So basically, my lack of fear of getting it hasn't changed in the last 2 weeks. So, my attitude about that is still the same. Again, it's all about preventing the spread of the disease. Well, I mean, it's kind of too late to prevent it now, but it's flattening the curve, self-quarantine. That's what it's all about now. I know there's still a lot of people out there who are saying like it's no big deal. They see it as like the government taking away our personal freedoms. Okay, I'm a Type 9 ISTP. I get not wanting to have rules imposed on me by the government. I'm all about enjoying personal freedoms, but still, I care about other people. These people are talking about their personal freedoms being taken away, and they're just gonna do whatever they want. They're being selfish. They're choosing to ignore humanity's efforts to slow down the spread of this disease that is, despite the low death rates, people are still dying from this disease, and it could, we could prevent further deaths if we stop this thing from spreading. That's what it comes down to. But, like I said, these idiots aren't going to listen to me, so no use ranting about that. People getting anxious and distressed over just this whole flood of information, the people around them just giving them mixed messages, not knowing if, they're overreacting or underreacting. This is where it becomes important to just figure it out for yourself. Gather the facts, figure out for yourself what you should be concerned about, what you should focus on doing, and then just be confident with what you've learned. So then you can test that against other people's irrational fears and irresponsibilities, and then you can recognize it as such. And then you don't have to deal with all those uncertainties. Well, I have no idea if this is going to turn into some kind of coronavirus series of videos. On the one hand, I don't want this to become a coronavirus YouTube channel, but on the other hand, I haven't really come up with a lot of other ideas for videos lately. So we'll just have to see what happens. Boy, that's a Type 9 thing to say, isn't it? So basically, my lack of fear of getting the so life for both me and my ISTP